Enterprise software is incredibly powerful. It runs pretty much everything, from our businesses to our data. It really does keep the world moving. But let's be real. Using it can sometimes feel like you're stuck in this endless maze of menus and tabs and just so many clicks. Today, we're going to explore how a whole new wave of intelligence is about to completely flip that experience on its head.
So, here's the plan. First, we'll map out that maze of current enterprise software. Then, we'll talk about the hidden costs of all that complexity. After that, we'll dive into a much smarter way to interact with our apps, see what an AI coworker actually looks like in the real world, and finally, we'll peek under the hood at the tech that makes it all possible.
All right, let's get right into it. Because to really understand where we're going, we first have to get a handle on the foundations of the software we're all using day in and day out. For decades, enterprise apps have been built on these 6 big ideas. You've got navigation, to find your way around, CRUD operations, which, that just stands for create, read, update, and delete to manage all your data, and then visualizations to make sense of it all. And of course, everything has to scale, be super secure, and be accessible to everyone. Now, each of these things is absolutely crucial, but here's the catch. When you put them all together, they create a massive digital footprint.
And that footprint, that's the problem. We end up with hundreds of screens, which are then organized by countless tabs, with dozens and dozens of fields on every single one. It's kind of ironic, right? The very tools that were designed to help us organize all this information, the menus, the tabs, the folders, they become the source of the overwhelming complexity themselves.
So what's the actual real-world impact of forcing people to click through this maze every day? Well, this is where we hit a wall.
This slide puts a name to a feeling I bet a lot of us know all too well. Usability fatigue. It's that feeling of just being exhausted from constantly hunting for the right button, searching for the right field, clicking through screen after screen after screen. And listen, this isn't just a minor annoyance. It has real business costs. We're talking lost productivity, more training time, and even employee burnout.
The old way of thinking was basically, let's just show them everything. Every single field a user might possibly need was just thrown onto the screen, and then we'd try to clean it up with tabs and groups. It was totally data-driven. The new way of thinking? It flips this completely. It's all about showing you only what you need right now, using context to give you insights you can actually act on. It's not data-driven, it's goal-driven. Big difference.
So, here's the deal. If that old model of endless clicks is broken, there has to be a better way. And there is. It's all about changing the fundamental way we talk to our software.
Just think about it for a second. What if instead of you having to learn the software's weird language of menus and forms, the software could understand yours? What if it just understood what you were trying to do?
The answer is intelligence. We can build applications that don't just throw data at you, but that actually understand your goals and actively help you get there. Let me show you what I mean with a super simple, everyday example. This alarm analogy just nails it. The old way of setting an alarm, right? You got to unlock your phone, find the app, open the app, find the alarm tab, set the time, hit save. It's like 6 different steps. The new way? You just state your intent. Set my alarm for 2 p.m. That's it. It's a huge leap in efficiency, moving from this clunky mechanical process to a single natural command. Okay, so let's take that simple idea and see how it scales up to the really complex tasks we all face at work. Imagine your software isn't just a tool you operate, but an intelligent coworker that's there to help. Okay, first up, a line manager. Instead of having to go to a dashboard, find the right report, and then sift through like 40,000 work orders, they just say what they want. How is work progressing, and are there any areas of concern?
And boom, this is the response. It's not a giant table of data. It's a clear, simple insight that's tailored just for them. The AI knows they're a manager at a specific factory and shows them a summary of what actually matters. What's late, what's about to be late, and what's going smoothly. It turns a mountain of data into a decision.
All right, let's switch gears. Scenario 2. We've got a support operator on the phone trying to log a new job. They state their intent. I'd like to create a work order for pump 001 on site 1. This is a super common task, but it's one that's also really easy to mess up, like creating duplicate jobs by accident.
But check this out. Before they can even make a mistake, the AI coworker steps in. It's aware of the context, and it's already checked recent jobs and spotted a potential duplicate. With one simple, proactive question, it prevents a contractor from being sent out twice, saving time, money, and a whole lot of headaches. See, this isn't just a better interface, it's a fundamentally smarter process.
So, this all seems pretty incredible, but how does it actually work? I promise it's not magic. It's built on a few key pieces of technology.
At its heart, you've got two main things working together. First, there's a process API. Think of this like a toolbox full of pre-approved, safe actions. The AI knows what's in the toolbox and how to use the tools correctly. Then you have a team of specialized agents. These are like your expert crew. One agent is a genius at understanding human language, another is an expert on your company's business rules. They work together to figure out what you want, and then they use that process API toolbox to get it done right.
Now, the secret ingredient that helps all these agents understand your world is something called an ontology. The simplest way to think about it is like a map. It's a map of your business that defines all the important things, like pumps, work orders, and sites, and crucially explains how they're all connected to each other. It creates a shared understanding for both you and the AI.
And here's why that map is so powerful. An ontology is what lets us move away from interfaces that just show raw data and toward interfaces that understand and show you the meaning behind that data. The software isn't just a spreadsheet anymore. It's actively helping you make sense of everything.
And of course, how we talk to this system will change. It might be voice for one person, but it could just as easily be typing for someone else. The most important thing is that the application has to be inclusive, letting everyone interact in the way that works best for them, no matter their preference or ability.
So let's just wrap our heads around this incredible shift. We are moving from navigating a UI to simply stating an intent. We're going from hunting for data to receiving insights, from reacting to problems to proactively preventing them from ever happening. And maybe most importantly, we are finally moving from a world where the user has to adapt to the software to a world where the software adapts to the user.
And that leaves us with one final, really important question to think about. The software you use every single day, is it just a tool that you have to operate, or is it becoming a true partner that actively assists you in getting your work done? The answer to that question is changing, and it's changing faster than ever.